to get it today. Or tomorrow. Tomorrow, rather. Alright, got my derpy portrait here. Let's get into Eternal Empire for this TvT. Kelazhur just playing on Base Trade TV. I was casting that. Was able to reverse sweep Gung Fu. 2-3. Still a pretty dependable Terran, even though he's been a student and hanging out in the Netherlands, not at home. Well, I guess by now it's his home. It's been there for over a year at this point. I hope his Dutch training is going well. I assume he's learning Dutch. I think his girlfriend is Dutch. One of the reasons he's over there.
Resubscription received.
Could be old information, though. I don't know.
Captain.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys in this scene that, like, you know, they have girlfriends that have actually met, and they you know, frequently visit or even live with. One of the reasons they stay where they are, type thing. And I always feel bad for, like, one, ever, you know, I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds. I think it's pretty public information. But then two, that it's like it's actually up to date. You know, I'm dreading one of these guys watching the VODs and being like, actually she broke up with me, or vice versa, and me going like that'd be super awkward. Thank you, Star-Lord Shelter, for the 9-month resub. In the bottom left is the yellow Terran, we have Ziggy. In the top right as the blue Terran, it is Kelazhur. So yeah. Representing the Netherlands now, I guess. And Ziggy being from Poland. Both going for factory expands, it looks like. Ziggy, fairly odd player. In his TVZ, I believe, is also a little bit odd in TVT. I don't know why my drag scroll feels so much more than it usually does. I don't know. At 9%, you'd think this would feel very slow, but maybe I should be all the way at 1%. Anyways. Or middle mouse scroll. Ice cream cake is the best. It's pretty good. Funnily enough, though, like I'm not often a fan of chocolate. Like anyone, I'll have like chocolate cravings. That's the word, cravings. But a lot of the time, when I would get ice cream cake, I would eat the vanilla and crumbles and icing, and then leave the bottom half, the chocolate. But it's okay. No one else would eat the ice cream cake with me. When I stopped having friends over anyways. And now I'm gonna buy it for myself so I can literally do whatever I want with it. I'm gonna quickly fix some pipes. Ooh, oh no. Connect to my washing machine. Oh my gosh, that's... Ugh. I dread the day that could ever happen to me. Left Brazil for a girl. Well, he's also studying there. I fear some people miss the first part of that sentence. He's going to school in the Netherlands. The TLDR of that whole spiel was just basically, this is the information as I know it. The only fact that I know is that he is in the Netherlands and he's playing on the European server. It's the only fact I know. The other stuff is, you know, information that could be old, I guess. Anyways, far more important, Ziggy is doing a 1-1-1 opener here. He did not go for a factory expand, kept his guys in gas, and he's going for something that's really pretty cheesy. Also, pretty fun to do. Gonna get you a lot of easy victories in TvT. I actually suggest learning this as your... I don't want to play this matchup. Attack. It's not really an all-in, but it is quite dedicated. There is a chance that someone perfectly defends this, and then your command center is so extremely late, even compared to a factory expand, which is what Kelazhur did. Now, Kelazhur has 2 Cyclones, which would be very nice against this if we were able to catch the medevac, but there's so many units surrounding the medevac that it's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be able to shut this down, even with a... Oh, wow, 3 Cyclones, my bad. Now, the SCV split was good enough. 7 going down so far, 8, and then hopefully no more, honestly. This would hopefully be the max, but unlikely. 10, 11 going down. That Banshee popping was extremely helpful. Something you wouldn't usually see in TvT. Banshee openers being a lot less popular than they were before the Raven dominated the matchup. But she helped a lot in that defense. With Ziggy diving for the SCVs, everything else would have eventually cleaned this up, but there's a lot of added DPS. So it's a hold. Only down 3 workers is really not that bad, considering the command center is still on the way. So for Kelazhur's sake, 11 was going to be the max. For Ziggy, you probably wanted more like 15 or even 20. I've even seen people actually just tap out of the game because they not only lost SCVs, but lost like the Cyclone that was defending. You can jump on top of the Cyclone with that many Reapers and kill it. And they have very limited protection otherwise. So I've seen that end games. Scan was to chase down the Banshee with the Cyclone, which Kelazhur, by the way, didn't even really dedicate to. There was a single Banshee without Cloak, which I think is much nicer. Cyclone upgrade on the way. Ooh, could we have mech versus mech? You do not see this happen that much anymore. No, you don't. You also don't see Cyclone versus Cyclone anymore. The little time period we did. Oh, look at all those Reaper's bodies. Look at all the carcasses. Oh, God. Cyclone versus Cyclone was a blip in the TvT meta, all things considered. It was dumb. It just was. It relied a lot on who expanded faster. It was a lot about map control, so in a way it was a beautiful thing. I think the pacing of it can be beautiful, but the actual boxcars attacking each other with a lock-on is just stupid. It's dumb. Really highlights how the Cyclone was one of the most unoriginal designs that Blizzard has ever had across all of their IPs. You might say, ZombieGrub, that's pretty harsh, but it isn't. It's true. Okay? Well, it can be both. It can be true and harsh. Anywho. So, this is awkward. They both didn't really know they're going to go for Cyclone. Ziggy is more known as a mech player, so Kelazhur might have had an idea, because he is playing on the European server on Lake Jon Snow. But they didn't know where each other's units are, regardless of their information otherwise, composition-wise. This has gotten awkward. More SCVs go down faster for Ziggy, but Kelazhur's production is currently being camped. Which one is more important? Kelazhur also has 2 Vikings and a Raven over his opponent's just handful of Marines and a Raven. That's a very full Raven at bats. Still has a lot of energy, still has a lot of health. Lots of production being stalled out here. More Vikings on the way could maybe grab the Raven if they're so lucky. More SCV is going to go down as well. A Cyclone in the natural, protecting against a drop or a Banshee is there to help out. And help out a little bit it did, but Interference Matrix is pretty effective. Back into the main we go. If there were any amount of Hellions, all of these SCVs would be dead, and Kelazhur would be way behind. But right now, only down 4 workers, and he has a 3rd command center to his opponents, which is only just now building. So this is still a weird game, man. All of these units are going to die, except the Raven, which takes the opportunity to skedaddle. Nice presence of mind right there from Ziggy to actually get that away before the Cyclones either lock onto it or the 4 Vikings kill it, because they definitely would have. But alright, now that everything has calmed down here. Oh, that natural died. Oh, that's what happened. I thought it floated, my bad. Okay, so Kelazhur's in the better position. Kelazhur has 3 CC to Ziggy's 2. Despite taking more, like a lot more SCV damage, he also just had more SCVs to begin with, so he's only down by 4 or 5. Everything is pointing towards Kelazhur winning this game, given time. The only problem right now is that he's down 12 army supply. Bunch of lock-ons on the Vikings when they do grab the Raven. His Raven already out of juice. Is this going to be really worth pushing into? I don't think so. He wouldn't realize just how many units are actually up on that main base. And giving away 4 Cyclones so that they immediately counterattack would be quite terrible. This is some pretty effective harassment. Lots of lost mining time. Ziggy has got to go with this push, I think. Like, I don't know if he's thinking he has the army advantage. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there it is. But he probably knows he's at a disadvantage. He knows his opponent has 3 CC and he doesn't. So he's got to at least hope he has the army advantage and actually try and take advantage of it. He also now knows the Raven has no energy, so it really is the perfect time to go. Go, go, go. Kelazhur has just been trying to replace his Cyclones. Had he tried to get like one tank and on the high ground, that also might have been a good move. Perhaps the better move. Raven goes down, by the way. But that's a very scary thing to do in a Cyclone versus Cyclone match. The first person to go to tanks sometimes actually just dies, because that's razor thin edge. It's hard to actually walk with these stupid dumb units. The amount of Marines, by the way, that Ziggy has is actually really important to talk about, but only after this game. The Marines go down thanks to some Hellions that Kelazhur was able to pump out. I mean, he probably had a lot of minerals at one point. Not anymore. He's a lot of gas now. That's, Ziggy almost hit that perfect timing where he had the bigger army supply. It disappeared pretty quickly. And the Marines were actually part of that army supply, and I don't know if they were quite as effective as I thought they were going to be. The point that I was going to bring up about the Marines is that they would take the lock-ons of the Cyclones. I do believe that is Ziggy's intention when he built that many Marines. Or maybe he just was building anything he could, either way. But the Hellions took care of them faster. They helped to take care of them. They don't last long, the Cyclone lock-ons. You know, that's not what I'm saying. But they take the lock-on, and then you have to wait for the cooldown. But the Hellions killed them, and they also, the Hellions themselves provided a buffer for Kelazhur's Cyclones, and, well, simply put, really, he had just bought enough time to no longer have a scary amount of supply, a scarily low amount of army supply. And now he has better army supply and a better economy, and could probably go into tanks, which would really win him this game. Well, it's usually the better thing to do, but he actually could also just stay on Cyclones to be fine. Yeah. Ziggy's gonna kind of Hail Mary here and go for some Banshees. Could get a lot of economic damage done, and maybe even find a couple of Cyclones that aren't paying attention, but 20 supply difference in a regular TvT is room for comeback and then some, but in this type of TvT, no, I don't think so. No. Good lock on there. Good scan, rather, for the lock-ons. Kelazhur takes a fine engagement while getting saturated back at home. Getting a couple Liberators as well, either for just harassment or for taking a choke. It's actually Ziggy who goes into a couple of tanks first, and that does make sense. I mean, you get tanks, it will better your composition, and eventually both these guys will probably go into tanks, given 2-3 minutes. When we're, you know, back to regular old mech versus mech. But they will slow down your composition. So if Kelazhur is going to be aggressor, Ziggy's going to, you know, just hope he survives. Yeah, him going for tanks does make sense. And really, they are quite powerful, too. The problem for him is that he doesn't know where his opponent's going to be. So he needs all of his tanks together, attacking at once. Like, one at a time will be attacking. Sees the Banshee, grabs it. Liberator on the main, however, is going to be able to grab a couple of kills before Ziggy responds because he's so focused on defending this base. He moves the tanks forward, but oh, no, oh my god. Oh, no. Well, that's game. So he brought all of his Cyclones to deal with both Liberators. Oh, no. I mean, they already killed 17. At least 10 SCVs, and now the Hellions kill the rest, but GG. If he didn't bring every single Cyclone back, he actually might have held that third. Oh well. So I see people talking about Kelazhur. True, someone said he's an international guy. Very true, but even more than what you said. He also, well, I believe he was born in Brazil, and spent a lot of time in Brazil. He was actually raised in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been an American for quite some time. And then, yeah, he spent time in Korea, and then, you know, lives in the Netherlands now. And he lived in California for a while at the root house. But, yeah, he is from Brazil. He would not have been talking a lot about living in Brazil, because he wasn't. hope you guys enjoyed listening to Kelazhur's life story. One day he'll make his own, you know, autobiography. In the bottom left, down 1, it is Ziggy. The top right of Everdream, we have the blue Terran, Kelazhur. I do not have as much information for Ziggy, I'm sorry. Kelazhur I've known for a while now. I've met him in multiple events and talked to him at dinners and such. And even hung out with him in Korea. A couple of drinks, you know. So, actually, he's probably one of the players I've hung out with the most. Now that I'm really, like, starting to rank them in my head. But, yeah, alright, yeah, okay. But yeah, for Ziggy, I think I might have met him. But I haven't heard his life story. I also know so much about Kelazhur because Fear Dragon loves the kid. And will perhaps over-explain his situation, given the chance. So, Ziggy going for a Proxy Rax is going for a 2 Rax in total, 2 Rax Reaper. You see, most of the time, them go for like a barracks back here. So this one's gonna convince Kelazhur it's all fine and dandy, 1 Rax, but then the one back here is sneaky sneaky. Well, it's actually gonna go ahead and proxy that one, which, yeah, it will send a Reaper faster to his opponent's side of the map. No doubting that. While probably being unscouted and not really affecting the future of the build, because I don't think you use both barracks, even for building, like, add-ons when you macro out of this. So, really, I mean, why don't they just proxy the second barracks? Anyways, either way. Kelazhur has to skedaddle, but the SCV will die, but it also did not get further scouting to see something amiss, like a later command center, even if only slightly. Kelazhur once again goes for a factory expand, very safe in TvT. Ooh, this time he's gonna go for the 1-1-1. Okay. Still taking guys out of the gas, so I don't expect it to be too gas heavy. Ha! I'm so glad it's a 2-minute delay. I probably finished my Fear Dragon will over-explain this story as he actually typed in chat. Now, Huck is Florida man for sure. Well, the Reaper opener not working out so well. I was really hoping to find someone Runrax expanding, getting a couple extra kills, providing pressure. In this case, Kelazhur was not only factory, well, not expanding, but getting the factory, but he's also getting a starport, so lots of options to counter that, and he easily swatted it away, because he also wasn't building anything on these structures, so he had more units than Ziggy. Ziggy was supposed to have more units than him, and it's a little bit awkward. Now, Reapers are still pretty good units, even against other Reapers. But you add in 3 more Hellions as well. Ziggy's in a very uncomfortable position. And there's a Liberator on the way, too, which he has no answer for. Kelazhur getting a much better trade in the early game. Will probably continue to get good trades. Gets 1 Reaper instantly. Doesn't even lose that 1 Hellion as it goes down very, very low in health. And Kelazhur even got another Reaper on the way, but I'm still thinking more about this Liberator, which actually is gonna like end the game. Not even joking. There is no tech lab on this factory. There's very few Marines. He's building a Hellion, which he needs, but he needs a Cyclone even more. GG.